Welcome tonight, guys. My name is Sarah Hollingsworth. I am so honored to be here with you. I am one of our Diamond Elite leaders here at Trinont, and I have the privilege of showing you guys a little bit about who we are, what do we have, why is this so cool, why is the timing so insane, why is it not random that you are on this Zoom tonight, and I absolutely cannot wait to share with you guys teeny tiny bit about me. So I was actually a paramedic for 17 years. I was in emergency medicine for 25 years. I absolutely loved it. It was such a great job. But about 15 years into my career, I realized that my body and my brain weren't going to make it another 25 years. I got in really early. And it freaked me out because I didn't have any other skills. I did not go to college. Back in those days, in the early 2000s, you did not need a college education to become a paramedic. That's terrifying. I know. It was kind of like a trade school. And so I didn't really know what to do. There wasn't anything else. But then I had a product experience and I started talking about what I was experiencing. And I love to share that because I think everyone resonates with that, right? We're all having product experiences every single day with stuff. How many people in the last 2 months have seen at least one person on their social media post about their pumpkin spice latte, right?
Yeah.
Probably several of us, right? Now, here's the difference with that. Starbucks isn't paying that person. They're making $0 sharing about their pumpkin spice latte. Except when I shared about what I was experiencing with the product, I actually started making money. And that's really what I got so excited about. It was like suddenly I didn't have to be anybody with a college degree. I didn't have to have a big network. I had 400 Facebook friends. Nobody cared what I had to say. I wasn't really good at this at all. But I was really excited about what I was experiencing. And that's what we're seeing every single day here at Trinont is people trying these products and it's changing their life and they can't not share about it. And if you're here, you're either experiencing those same types of things with our products, or somebody invited you here and you're curious about what these products or this business can do for you. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of a highlight tonight. We're going to rock through this. There's a couple slides I'm going to kind of move fast through. But please know any questions you have, please get back to whoever invited you to watch this and hop on tonight and ask all the questions. I promise you that there's plenty of people that want to help answer those questions. So if you don't see something or you wanted something a little bit talked about a little more, you just let us know. But we're going to rock through this tonight. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So first of all, who are we? We're called Trinont. I actually really love that our name means change life quickly in French. That was one of the first things I learned when I came here, and I just absolutely love that. Being a medic, I got into that industry to change lives. And I was like, this is so perfect, except I had never seen products do what these were doing to people. I'd never seen supplements do what these were doing to people. And I was shocked. We're going to highlight a couple of things that actually brought me to this company to this day are still top of the line, incredible supplements that I won't live my whole day without. I can't go without it. We're not brand new to the industry. You might never have heard of us before, but we've actually been here since 2013. We started off in the wealth space. We were doing more of like life insurances and some stuff like that. And then we transitioned into the health and wellness space in 2017. When we did that, a whole new world opened up for us. We started having we created a scientific advisory board where we have doctors and scientists that help us formulate these products, which are raw, whole plant, super high impact products just for us. Now, we do have some collagens that, for obvious reasons, are not raw, whole plant, but everything else is. And these are revolutionary. We are pre-trend with the products we launch, and they are winning awards internationally because they are that incredible. You can see some of the awards that we've won for fastest growing private company, both nationally, internationally. You can see some of the flags of the countries we're currently in. We just launched in Australia and New Zealand in May, which was super exciting. We have many more countries on the horizon. We are also launching brand new products yearly, and not just like, oh, that's nice, but stuff that's winning awards, stuff that is leading the industry. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Really quickly, I just want to highlight that we have three pillars here at Trinont: health, wealth, and community. And everything that we do here is going to fit into one of those categories. Our mission statement is to impact 1 billion lives in our first 30 years. And I'll be honest, that was so, I loved that. That I was like, most companies are like, we want to be $1 billion company. This place was like, no, we want to touch 1 billion lives. And that I was really excited about. Everything we have is really clean, guys. I'm an ingredients nerd. I'm an absolute psychopath about what I put in and on my body. So this fit perfectly into my neurosis. I've got 2 boys and I learned a lot. I started learning about supplements in 2012 and I fell in love. And so I loved that these products were raw, whole plant, super high impact. Everything's third party tested. They are gluten free, GMO free. Hundreds of thousands of testimonies at this point that to this day shock me. We have a couple of different testimony groups. So you're just going to want to get back together, whoever invited you to watch this, so that they can add you to theirs and you can kind of see some of the products and what people are experiencing with them, because you cannot unsee what these things are doing for people. So we're going to jump right into some of our top favorites. The first being Mojo. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're a Mojo freak, please put a 1 in the comments. I will not miss a day. I was a caffeine addict. I was drinking probably between 4 and 6 cups of coffee a day just to survive my life. I was working shifts, typically 3 in the afternoon till 3 in the morning. I'd come home and sleep for 2 hours, then I'd be up all day with my kids until I had to go back to work, or if my husband worked 24-hour shifts. And so I survived on caffeine. When I heard that this was a coffee or a caffeinated drink that was not only that, but it was a brain nootropic that boosted your serotonin and curbed cravings and burned fat, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, how is that real? There's no way 1 cup's gonna do it. I'm a professional coffee drinker and I'm gonna need at least 5 of these. I was wrong. I only need 1. I crave it in the morning. My body loves it because not only is it boosting my serotonin levels, it is literally turning your brain on. It is a brain nootropic. It is mold free. It is incredibly clean. It is delicious. You can get it in a hot chocolate flavor. You can also get it in a Brazilian coffee flavor. And then it comes in our zest, which is exactly like the Mojo, except that it's lemonade. So if you're not a hot coffee or hot chocolate drinker, zest is for you. I drink a lot of zest in the summer, but I have friends who they don't want anything to do with Mojo. They just want the zest. And I love that we have a couple of those different options. And then this was one of the 2 products that brought me to this company. I have struggled with my gut health most of my life. 80% of Americans are struggling with some kind of a digestive problem, which means either you have one or you know somebody who does. And what I love about this product is that if you're somebody who's tried a lot of things in the past, right? So maybe you've tried other pre and probiotics. Maybe you've tried other digestive enzymes. You've gone on the cleanses and you've done all of the things, but you're still struggling with food sensitivities. You still bloat after you eat. You still run to the bathroom or get terrible acid reflux. This is for you. And here's why. This is not your average pre and probiotic, guys. This is high quality. This will change your life. Where I was struggling with bloating every time I ate, when I added this in, first of all, I saw this incredible a demonstration I'm going to show you guys here in a second, and I was hooked. I was like, okay, let's put this to the test. It worked the first time I used it. If you're somebody who struggled with all of the above, anything on this little list here, or maybe you don't have your gallbladder, maybe you have IBS or Crohn's or any of these other kinds of digestive issues, this is for you. Your body actually needs living enzymes to properly process your food. And most of us aren't getting that every meal. Most of us are not eating fresh fruits and vegetables as much as we need to, which is why we tend to have problems with our guts and the foods that we're eating. We are lacking the thing that helps our body properly process our food. And that's where we run into a problem. And so I'm going to show you guys, this is a level above anything you've ever used for your guts. I will guarantee that. Watch this demonstration. This just shows how fast it works. When we say it works the first time you use it, that is not a joke. So watch this. I just love this. Watch this.
We're going to demonstrate the power of the enriched enzymes using a snack pack pudding. As you can see, it's a solid. I turned it upside down here. I'm going to take one of these enzymes, crack it open, and stir in these raw enzymes that also have pre and probiotics. We're going to make sure this is really stirred around in here. These enzymes are designed to be taken before meals, so we're breaking down the carbs, the fats, the sugars, and the proteins so the body can actually absorb all the nutrients from the food and help with digestion. And so as you can see, this pudding is already going through a change. And literally in just about a minute and a half, it took a solid pudding and it liquefied it. I love being able to see the products that I'm taking every day work right before my eyes. And that's one of the great features of Enrich is we get to demonstrate the power of enzymes here.
I'm sorry, but that's crazy. Every time I do this demonstration, I'm shocked. I love this. Guys, when I tell you that I don't eat food without it, that's no joke. It is I have a container in my car, in my purse, in my kitchen, at my desk. My kids get it every meal. My husband takes it. My old dog, she's a million years old. She doesn't even have any teeth left. She gets some of this, which is why she's very spry at her old age of 18. And I'm telling you right now, this will change your entire life. Your gut health is tied to almost everything, your immune health, your hormone health, your sleep, your skin, your mood, all of that is tied to your gut health. You don't even know who you can be on the other side of having your guts work properly, being able to actually get the nutrients from the food you're eating and helping your body get rid of the rest. This will change your life. Okay, so now let's move on to Glow. This was the other thing that brought me over here. This is a collagen, again, unlike anything else I'd ever used. I have bought all the powdered ones. I've gone to Costco for the huge tubs. I've been to GNC. I bought some liquid stuff online. Now I didn't notice anything. I never saw a change. My skin was dull. It was wearing, it's showing its age. My job was rough. I didn't take good care of my skin. I had gone through previous things in my life that just showed up in my face as I was aging, and I wanted something to help, but nothing really shifted anything. I've never had work done on my face, but I was this close to some Botox. I'm not gonna lie. And then we saw this product here. What this is, you guys, is this is a type 1 clinical grade liquid collagen. We actually purchased this formulation from a burn unit that was using it to regrow human skin. Now, obviously, we've hydrolyzed it. We've added an antioxidant blend. It's got 10 grams of protein. It's got biotin. It is incredible. It's good for hair, skin, and nails, but really good for guts and joints. And my joints were also a mess after my job. And so this was one of the things that changed the game and kept me from maybe having to go into the knife for some joint issues. Look at some of these before and afters though. Guys, this stuff's crazy. We own the rights to every single product we have. Everything we have is exclusive and proprietary to us here at Ternat, which is why I can say with confidence you've never tried a collagen like this. You haven't. You need to try it. Look at all these variety of things it can help with. Obviously, the basics, hair growth. I didn't know about the cellulite. I had no idea about that. I wish I had taken a picture of my butt before I started taking it because I can't even imagine. But I love that that is one of the things that it helps with. If you see this picture of this guy, the 4 pictures of the guy, that's one of our founders. And when we launched this product, he said, before we even launch it to everybody, I'm going to try it myself for 12 weeks. I'm going to double up on this twice a day for 12 weeks and just see what happens. See what happens, because our body is made up of a variety of types of collagens that we lose as we age. Look at the change in his body. Just so you know, he didn't go to the gym. He didn't go on a diet. He did absolutely nothing but add in this collagen. That's bananas. So this is something, if you're struggling with hair loss, skin issues, maybe you just want to start to feel better, sleep better, you got gut problems, you got joint problems, whatever it is, this is going to be for you. Now we're going to move on to the daily health system, guys. This is my fave. Well, I say that. I have a lot of favorites. Every time we come up with something else, I'm like, well, that's now my new favorite. I have 84 favorites. But this was the first thing that created such a huge shift in my body physically that people could see. I fell in love with it. Anybody ever heard of the popular weight loss shots? right? Anybody ever heard of a semaglutide, a GLP-1, right? That was real hot a couple years ago when it first started to come out. And I got pulled into corporate. They brought us there for a Diamond Summit and they said, hey, we're launching a plant-based version. And I was like, okay, well, there's absolutely no way that's going to be effective. And how does the plant compare to the synthetic? I didn't know what I didn't know. Here, let me fill you in on what I learned. First of all, popular weight loss shots are a synthetic version, which just means that they do force your body into an action your body might not necessarily want to go into. That's where some of those side effects can come from. However, this one here, and I'm not saying the shot's good or bad, I'm just saying like that can be common. How many of us have heard of people having side effects? Also, there can be rebound weight when people stop taking it because it forced your body into an action. What this system does is twofold. First, it's going to help you burn fat and curb cravings because there's two parts to this. This is a plant-based GLP-1 that boosts that GLP-1 up in your body naturally. Did you know you make your own? Because I didn't know that. Now it helps your body jack that back up because as you age, that lessens. That's where you're going to get that midsection fat where your metabolism is slowing down. Anybody struggle with that? Where suddenly after you hit a certain age, your metabolism just checks out, leaves the country, right? That's what happened to me after I turned 40. So what this does is it turns that GLP-1 back on in your body, which creates a cascading effect in your system. It's going to help balance your hormones. It's going to highlight and target your metabolic health. And that's what I really got excited about. That's blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, your midsection fat, all of that, blood sugars, all included in that. This is going to help bring those into alignment. The first part of that is this here, which is a pill that literally helps your body take the extra sugar and carbs you consume and converts them into fiber, which is bananas. I thought that was crazy when we actually launched this product first. We're the only company in the world that owns this particular product. But it literally keeps your body from having the spikes and dips in the blood sugars that you're going to have just by eating regular foods every single day. You don't need to be a diabetic to have spikes and dips in your blood sugars, but it will shorten your lifespan. Then we added in our Activate. This is our plant-based GLP-1 drink. This is the delicious drink that tastes like a tropical vacation. I've never missed a day in over 2 years, or about 2 years, I should say. And I won't miss a day. I feel incredible on it. I lost 34 pounds and 17 inches just in my waist. And the only thing I did was add this in. You can see our friend Tina here, where she had already lost 80 pounds in that first picture. She looked amazing. We were on a cruise that we had earned for this company at that time. You can't see the heads of those people, but the real tall one there's my husband. She looked amazing. And yet, once she started on the system, she lost another 28 pounds of inflammation. Look at her belly, look at her face, look at her neck. All of that inflammation went away just by adding this one drink in. She didn't diet, she didn't start going to the gym, nothing shifted. She just added this drink in and it boosted her GLP-1. This is just a little bit of our before and afters. These are real people on our team. These are real customers. These are people experiencing what having your GLP-1 boosted in your body naturally. They're showing what it does. Look at some of these people that were also, by the way, in good shape when they started this, okay? Not everyone was overweight. Some of these people were in great shape, but they lost that extra little fluff. They lost that little bit of inflammation in their face and in their body. You have no idea how good you can feel until you get rid of that inflammation. You might not even think you have a lot until you start on something like this. This changed my life, but it's also changed these people's lives. And we have hundreds and thousands more testimonies in our testimony groups. So again, be sure to reach out to whoever invited you to watch this so you can check out those testimonies because they're crazy. Now I want to highlight a couple of our other really fun ones. We have like 29 different products. Okay, so we're just going to highlight a couple. These two here we launched last year. This is a clear protein that is crazy clean. And it's got 20 grams of protein in it. It is not chalky. It doesn't get all glumpy in your cup, which I hate. It's delicious. I can't keep this in stock in my house because I have 2 boys. This is a great way to get extra protein in if you got picky eaters in your life. We also have this in a blue. I forget this every time. It's a blue, white, every time. I don't even know. We have a couple of products with the word blue in them, and I have an ADHD brain. So anyway, we have two different flavors of this clear product. One of which has you can see there, clear and clear plus. The plus has a green coffee, or I'm sorry, green tea caffeine. No, it's green coffee. I haven't had my NAD today. We're going to get to NAD next. But one has a natural caffeine and one is just plain. So you get to choose which one you want. Then we also launched our creatine. I've never actually taken creatine because I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a lifter. And I thought that's what you wanted to take if you were lifting. Otherwise, it made you get chubby. I didn't know what I was talking about. Creatine is actually a really great foundational building block in your body that you need as you age. It is incredible for your cognitive health, for your cognition. This one in particular is incredibly clean, but it also has alpha GPC and sage extract in it, which means it's going to help even more. That's one of the things I'm always really fighting against is aging and having memory problems. My grandma is currently full on in dementia, doesn't even know who we are anymore. And every time I get to see her, I'm just reminded that I want to take as many steps as possible to keep my brain as sharp as it can be. And that's one of the things that I've added in to help with that. At the same time as we launched those two, we launched this product, which is for her. I absolutely did not know that I was in perimenopause. Even though I was in my mid 40s, I for some reason thought that was supposed to be later in my life. I don't know what I was thinking. Turns out anyone over the age of 35 is technically considered in perimenopause. And this here is just 20 of the most common symptoms people have when they're going through perimenopause or menopause. There's actually 103 different symptoms, and some of them are real weird. Like when I looked at that list and I started being like, well, I struggle with that, and I've struggled with that, and I struggle with that, and I struggle with that. It's like, holy cow, I'm actually in this. I would smell weird smells that weren't real, right? Like I was for sure someone smoking outside my house. My husband thought I lost my mind. No one was out there. I would get terrible inner ear itching. I would get random pains that were debilitating out of nowhere. I'm like, do I have like bone cancer? Like, of course, my brain goes worst case scenario. No, it's just perimenopause. When I added this supplement in, changed my life. Okay, I know I keep saying that, but what I've noticed with these products is there are layers. You feel amazing when you add one thing in, and then you add another thing in, and you feel even more amazing. So this is a blend of 4 herbs specifically designed to bring your progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen into alignment. When they are out of alignment, that's where you start to have those symptoms that are really frustrating and maddening. Like 60% of divorces happen when a woman goes through perimenopause. That's how insane this can make you. You literally get divorced over it. So this is a way that you can add in something that's gentle, designed to help your body without maybe hormone replacement therapy. It's changed my life. I no longer have night sweats, none of those weird symptoms. I have leveled out. I'm not insane any more than I should be. For sure, just because of adding this in and leveling out those hormones where I was really struggling. Now let's talk about NAD. If anybody on here has tried our NAD, if you've been on it for a brief moment, please share in the comments what it is that you have experienced. I just said in a comment today, and you've heard me say, I changed my life, changed my life, changed my life with a few of these products. If they said, Sarah, you can only buy one more thing for the rest of the time that you're here, this would be it. I didn't really realize how much my body needed NAD. I'm a chronic procrastinator. I struggle with ADD. I don't think I actually have ADHD. I think I have ADD. But I could not finish a task list to save my life. I would kind of wear my procrastination like a badge of honor. Like, well, you know, I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I'm just a person that just sort of like throws it out there last minute. I'm going to make it happen. Except it caused me a lot of stress. These open loops in my head all the time that I didn't finish this and I haven't finished that and this is still got to be done. Right? Walk into a room, forget why I was there. Right? I would wake up at night. Even when I would sleep really well from these products, I would still be getting up occasionally. This is the supplement that changed all of that. So NAD is another one of those products that's in our system, not product. NAD is another one of those elements. It's actually a coenzyme that is in every single cell in your body. As we age, we lose a lot of it. And that's where a lot of these other aging processes can begin. Now, in order for you to supplement with NAD, typically for it to be effective, you're going to need it as an injection or an IV. But that can be upwards of $300. That is definitely not feasible for the average human. Most of the pills like this, you can't use those either because they are not capable of being absorbed before your stomach acid destroys them. So when we came out with this, I was jacked up because I had found out what made this so different. First of all, there's not another NAD on this in the market just like this. We have the only one like this. It is liposomal, which means it is immediately absorbed into your bloodstream and into your body where it can get right away into the cells. This is cellular energy on a mitochondrial level. But also, it's got ellagic acid in it, which protects that molecule from being destroyed by your stomach acid. So it's enhanced absorption, safety for that actual NAD, getting it to your cell. And then it's a cascading effect after that. Like I said, my brain function shifted, but I even actually lost an extra, I haven't even publicly shared this, I lost another 4 pounds since I've added this in, and nothing changed. Nothing changed, but it amplified the products I was already taking. It amplified the body systems that I already had running. And that's what's very cool about this. This other thing that it does that I love is it's almost like a tiny street sweeper in your system, where as you're aging, your cells become damaged, your DNA becomes damaged just by environmental toxins, by the things we're exposed to, bad food, all of those things cause damage in our cells. And as you're aging, those damaged cells have a chance to reproduce faster than the good ones. And that's where those disease processes begin. And then what this does is it goes in and it immediately gets rid of those damaged cells. It starts to move them out of your system. It breaks down that aging process. I like to call this my Benjamin Button in a bottle. I wish I would have, I actually should go back and look and see if I can tell the difference already. I can tell the difference, but I want to see a before and after because I started on this like the second week of September. And so now I'm about 8 weeks, almost 8 weeks in, and I just want to kind of see, I guess I'm a little bit further than that, where I'm at because I can tell a difference, the reverse aging, because suddenly my cells are repairing on a cellular level. I'm getting energy I didn't have before, and this will also regulate your circadian rhythm like you've probably never had. Okay, now we're going to take a hard left, okay? Some of y'all are probably like, wait a minute, did I leave this Zoom and go somewhere else? No, you didn't. Let me tell you what's cool about this, okay? So we launched the 1st of October, our first real digital platform. We've been sitting on this for several years, waiting for the right time to launch it. But what I really love about the travel membership that we launched is a few things. First of all, this is the only product we have that fits into all three of those categories that I showed you in the very beginning: health, wealth, and community. What's really cool about this is that this is providing high quality, exclusive, basically sales on travel to the average person. Where anybody, how many people have maybe gone on a corporate trip? It's not super common, but there's a lot of companies that will send their people on a corporate trip where you get to go to a phenomenal resort. You don't have to pay for it. It's beautiful. Corporations use travel memberships similar to this to be able to get really good deals to send their people on vacation. We now have exclusive access to literally over 850,000 different hotels worldwide. I spent 10 days in Norway in August, and I was comparing all the things. Once we launched this, I would have saved thousands and thousands of dollars had I used this. It's not just hotels though. It's resorts, it's condos, it's rental cars, it's cruises, it's all kinds of things. For less than what you're going to spend going to Target buying things you don't need this month, you can actually sign up for a membership. And what that membership is going to do is give you this exclusive, basically content, not content, the membership to all these really cool places. but it's also going to provide you at the end of those 12 months, at the end of 1 year, you get a free family vacation worth up to $3,000. Somebody was just sharing that they were booking theirs for Aruba. They're going to take their family and they're going to pay like $0 for that resort. Can you even imagine if you had to spend $0 to take your family to Aruba? What would what would that do? Can you imagine surprising your kids with that at Christmas? Saying we're going over vacation. Like, that's crazy. This is what's going to provide that ability for people who love to travel but can't afford to travel. It lets them travel. I booked 2 things in the last month and a half. I've saved over $900 on 2 bookings. One was adding 2 nights onto a resort that we're staying in Mexico next month. 2 extra nights, I saved $700. And then I'm also a sports mom. Anybody else a traveling sports parent? We have our next trip coming up in 3 weeks, a little less than, and I saved $250 on 2 nights. I mean, I'm almost staying for free. It's crazy. Here's a couple of our comparisons, but we actually have a couple of groups where you can see the comparisons in real time, called the Vacation Vault. So please reach out to, again, whoever invited you to watch this so that you can see it for yourself. So you can get a membership for it. You do not have to be an associate. You can just be a customer. But this is the way for you to be able to travel like you always wished you could, to create those memories with your kids, with your parents, take your family, your friends on a trip once a year that was not going to be in your wheelhouse, and now it is. And that's what I get really excited about. Okay. This is just a couple more before and afters we want to throw in, just to entice you guys to look at our testimony group a little bit more. We have a couple of them. My testimony's up there in the corner. You can see. Do you see what I'm saying with that inflammation? I mean, I'm a whole new girl. It was like I stepped out of a fat suit. It was crazy as that started to change in my life and my body. But you can see here, I'm not the only one. Look at all these other people, all different ages and demographics. It doesn't matter. That Daily Health System, these products are going to change your life. You don't even know who you can be on the other side of adding products like this into your life. So speaking of that, I'm going to guess that something I said at some point tonight made you think of someone, right? Whether it was yourself, your spouse, your friends, somebody, your sister, something I talked about maybe triggered something in your brain about somebody else. There's actually a paycheck attached to all this if you want it. The timing right now is really amazing, and I'm going to show you that. We've actually got an extra $37,000 in bonuses on the table right now, for anybody who decides that they would like a little extra Christmas cash. Maybe an extra $1,000 in your bank account in the next 30 days would be helpful. When you decide to partner with us, you get everything I talked about, right? You get access to all of the things we just talked about, all of those products at a discount for the next year. Every time you sign up, even if nothing happens with your business, you get that for a whole year. But these are some of the cool things you get as well. You get an online franchise. You can earn money 6 different ways. And then we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But you also get set up the minute you join. You see that first thing that says a welcome call. The minute you join, we're going to hop on a call together. Whoever assigned you is going to get on a call with you to figure out what it is that you want. Is it a little bit? Is it a lot? Is it a discount? Is it, I want to retire my husband? It doesn't matter what it is. We have something here for you. This is just a few of the free things that you get. You get a duplicatable system. Remember I said I started this industry with 400 Facebook friends, and I was able to still replace my full-time income in 9 months. What would that do for your life? If you stepped into an industry with duplicatable systems that could replace your full-time income in 9 months, would that shift things in your life? What would that look like for your home? That is a possibility, because I was nobody when I got started. And if I can do that, anybody can do that. This is the 6 different ways that you can earn. We'll highlight all those a little bit. Right away, you're going to make money on every product sold to a customer. Every order and reorder, and it's per product. So people buy a bundle of things or they get a package. Remember, I'm talking about the Daily Health System. It was still per product. This can add up super fast. You're also going to get launch bonuses. Somebody joins your team. I guarantee you know people that could benefit from having an extra $500 to $1,000 a month in their bank account, right? You probably know people. Those are going to be the people that you're going to be like, come try these products with me. Let's get all of our friends and family feeling better. Because worst case, that's what happens. Worst case, you feel and look better than you ever have in your whole life. But a lot of people are looking for extra income. One emergency can set the average American family back almost 9 months. One $500 emergency. This is just the times that we're in. Having a side gig, having an extra stream of income isn't even really just for fun anymore. It's a necessity. And that's one of the ways that you can make extra cash. We also have a Jeep stipend. Yes, that's me. That's my $392. That was my dream Jeep that I'm obsessed with. It is so fun to drive. It's got a Hemi in it. Doesn't have to be a $392, okay? You can get any kind of Jeep that you want right at the first rank. That's going to be available to you. $350 a month they will pay you. Every rank after the first 2 ranks, they'll give you $500 a month, and you can build more than one account. So my husband and I each have a Jeep. We each have an account, even though he doesn't work the business. I work both. But we get a check for $1,000 a month that I can spend on whatever I want. But I get it because of the Jeeps that qualify that we drive. We're going to show you immediately. We're going to get you into action. We're going to show you how simple it is to make money here. You don't have to have a big network. You don't have to know what you're doing. You have to be coachable and consistent. That's it. If you can do those 2 things, we can put money in your bank account. We have a $500 bonus to get you to Jade in your first 30 days. And every month after that, you have another $500 bonus on the table for you as well. But they also launched these brand new bonuses. All of this money will also be on the table for you if you decide to hop in right now. You're not going to do anything different than you would normally running your business to achieve these bonuses, and we're going to help you do that. We're going to plug you into the duplicatable systems. We're going to get you in our testimony groups, which is what we use to recruit and to grow, because social proof is powerful. You do not have to be an influencer to earn these bonuses. There's a little bit of a game plan. We won't go too deep into that. When you do your welcome call, you're going to get this drawn out for you exactly, right down to the specifics, so you know the next steps for yourself. But I love this one. This here was a big deal for me when I came here because I was looking for a home and I knew that I wanted to make big money here. I wasn't here to play small. I was here to change my family's legacy. I wanted my kids to grow up with a different life than I grew up with. I wanted them to have options I didn't have. I didn't want them starting life off in debt and not understanding what money was like. I wanted them to have a grasp of how to build a business from an early age, and I wanted them to be able to have access to things I just never did. And so if you see that green line there where it says monthly base pay, that's actually what you're going to make monthly at a bare minimum at each of those ranks. That's not customer commissions, launch bonuses, any of the other bonuses. That's just what you're going to make at that rank. And you can see, what would you make per year? Which one of those would change your life? Which one of those in your bank account every single month would make a difference? Because I'll tell you right now, we have people at every single one of these ranks that are not influencers. They don't have a big network. They don't have a big following. But we have someone at every single one of these ranks like that. And that's what I love about this space. And that's what I love about this industry, is that you can be a normal human and make extraordinary money just by plugging into this place with what we have here. One of the last things I want to highlight is we have free trips. Who doesn't love to travel? I know we talked about travel, right? This is a way you can actually earn another free trip. We do a few a year. We have a rank-based trip, but then we also have a trip open to the entire company. And again, in order to earn these trips, which is airfare and hotel, food, all of it covered, you're just going to work your business like you would normally. We're going to show you the steps. We're going to show you how it's possible. I have earned every incentive trip since I've gotten here, since I came here 3.5 years ago. And it is the most fun. They're not taking you to little shanties somewhere. You are getting like high-end resorts, all inclusive, incredible views, incredible experiences and excursions. I absolutely love being able to do these with these people. And you can see all of those lime green shirts there. We do give back every time we go. The community aspect of our pillar is so huge for us. And our initiative is called Lift Where You Live. With the design being, we are literally giving back every single time we go somewhere, because there is a need everywhere we go, and that's something we're really passionate about. So the only other decision you have to make is, what do you want to join with? That's it. All of these are going to get you your free business in a box, okay? So this is our starter bundle. This is for anybody who just wants to come in, dip their toes, like, you know what, I'm not sure about the business yet. I would love a discount. I want to just try a few things to see what I like. This is going to be for you. It's going to have that daily health system, that GLP-1 system, but it's also going to have that Enrich with the pudding demonstration. You're going to want that one. This is our builder bonus. This is like for the people who are like, listen, I could use some money. A few $100 a month would be some nice extra cash. I want to try a few of the products. Not sure I want to go bananas yet, but I definitely am interested. This one's going to be for you. You're going to get a few of our other products there. And one of which is that Glow M. That's our other collagen we didn't talk about. It's a marine tripeptide blend with apple stem cells in it. That's another really good one. And a lot of us love to add it to our Activate because it makes it taste like a Jolly Rancher. I love it. But this one's my favorite. This is what I joined with. Not only are you going to get all of our top products at a deep discount, you do not pay the $99 fee that you would normally pay with a couple of these other bundles. You're going to get a free ticket to our next event. You're going to get to try all these products and get your own experience, but you're also going to get a massive boost towards that very first rank where you're going to unlock that extra $500. Just by coming in with this, it's a win, 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 win. This one is my favorite. You get to try everything, and it's the most bang for your buck. What we see happen with a lot of people is they join, they try a product, and then a week later, they're like, well, now I want to buy that. And then a week later, they're like, well, now I want to try that. And this is going to help you spend less money in your first 30 days while giving you a huge boost towards making that extra cash. So having said that, we're going to stop. I am so excited that you guys took a little bit of time with me tonight to talk about what makes us really special here at Trinaz. The timing is amazing. Now is the time to get in. Now is the time to say yes. Now is the time to try new things. Not only could you start looking and feeling better before the new year, but your bank account could begin to change before then as well. And that's what we're passionate about doing, is helping you become the best version of yourself with what we have as a tool here. You won't do any of this alone. You won't have to figure it all out by yourself. You join, you're immediately connected to our community, a huge community where we are connected daily with lots of trainings, lots of help, lots of encouragement. This is not a space where you're going to have to worry about safety. There's no mean girl energy. Everything here is designed to help you win, and that's what we're excited about. So either way, thank you guys for spending some time with me tonight. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Please reach out with whoever invited you to watch this, and we will be in touch. I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye.